So, hi, I'm Alaska, and I am with Team Hustle Mode. I'm an executive director of Team Hustle Mode, and I have known Blake some time in the beginning of his prime time fighting career, and he's a very humble guy. He's been boxing for pretty much all his life, and Blake is now a celebrity professional boxer who is up in his game, and he's sought at as or he's seen as a role model for many. He's spoken many schools and organizations, and it's just a pleasure to have him here because he's really busy and he's training and he helps other fighters as well. And he also is a veteran. He used to be in the military, the U.S. military. So when he comes on, I'll allow him to talk more to you about his journey in his fighting career. He should be joining us shortly here, and we are live as well on Facebook. So without further ado, I think Blake is going to actually come on here. So let's see, let me contact Blake and make sure that he is getting on just fine. Okay, just getting things set up. So now we're just waiting on you, Blake. Blake has joined the live session. Now we just need him to join this session. It'll be just a moment while Blake gets on here.
Alaska, just while you're sorting that out, I'll just continue talking for a little while, okay?
That would be great.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So one of the things about marketing is that, especially nowadays, it's taken on a really different format. Where people don't actually respond to direct approaches anymore because times have changed and then people have inevitably changed with it. So marketing nowadays is actually a lot more about relationship building. It's a lot more passive. And actually there's more of a human aspect to it now, which I really appreciate. Because I'm more of a people person. I like to connect with people on a level and build relationships. So your marketing strategy is predominantly about building relationships with people now, because people don't really care how much you know. They want to know how much you care about them. Okay, so without any real valid connection, there will be no real valid sale. Okay, guys. So your marketing strategy is not about telling people about the benefits and features of your product, how amazing this product is and how much it's going to benefit someone if they get involved, or how it's going to change their lives financially and that kind of thing. And those things are essential to talk about. However, in the long term, it's more beneficial to actually build relationships, provide value, and get to a point where you've built a certain amount of trust and also credibility to your marketing strategy. Now, I do believe that Blake is on now, Alaska, so should I shut off?
No, you can stay on. It's just going to switch to Blake's screen when he starts talking. Blake, hey, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Absolutely good. It looks nice and hot where you are and tropical.
Oh, yeah, I'm sweating bullets out here.
That's good. That's good. Join the crew. So we have everybody on here. Blake and Charlie's on here as well. So without further ado, I'll let you go ahead and control the meeting, Charlie, and I will continue the media.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay, Blake?
Yeah, what's going on, Charlie? I can hear you great, buddy.
Oh, I'm amazing. It's nice to talk to you again, brother.
For sure.
Absolutely. So I suppose it's best just to start off with an introduction to yourself. We like to keep these interviews really organic, so just take it where you want to go. And the kind of the point of this and the focus of this whole meeting is to talk about the mindset of a champion. But obviously, you will have your own personal story, your own personal journey of how you got to where you are today, the ups and the downs and the trials and the tribulations. So I'll really hand that over to you to take you wherever you feel it needs to go, and we'll ask some questions at the end of your talk. So as long as you feel comfortable with doing that, then we can go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds good, buddy.
Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to turn my mic off and I'm going to hand it over to you, Blake.
All right, so how's everybody doing? My name, as everybody knows me in the industry, is Blake the Beast McKernan. I'm a professional fighter from right here out of Sacramento, California, which happens to be the capital of the state.
Hey, Blake, sorry to interrupt you, but you're sideways.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were sideways. You're good now.
Are we okay?
Yep.
Okay. So anyways, I was born and raised in Sacramento. And, ever since a very young age, I always knew that my life was going to be completely different than most people based on the challenges that I started facing at a young age. At a very young age, I had to really learn on how to raise myself. I'd never had any parents present. Unfortunately, the mother that I had that was around, was addicted to all different types of sorts of drugs. And my dad happened to actually be a big drug dealer. So, my parents were never actively around in my life. So I really had to fend for myself at a very young age and kind of teach myself how to do absolutely everything. And along the way, I made a lot of mistakes just because I never really had that positive role model there, as most people have with their parents on how to necessarily guide you in the right direction. But even with everything that I've overcome throughout the course of my life, things were very tough. I've always been one of those type of people that once I made a bad decision or made a mistake, it would never be something that I would ever allow myself to make the same mistake twice. And I'm sure as most of you guys can understand that, in life when things are always going good and things are always going perfect, we don't necessarily learn the best. It's just I always like to look at my life. We have a little background noise. I always like to look at my life kind of like as a math problem in a sense. If you guys are doing a math problem, for example, and you guys get the problem wrong because you guys didn't know the equation, what happens? You guys end up learning, on how to do the problem right and ultimately get the right answer, So that's how I kind of take my life is, my life has been kind of like a math problem. I may not have always gotten things right the first try, but I've always kept on pushing forward and focused on the ultimate goal and making sure that I always did things right. But along my life and throughout my journey, I've had a lot of struggles and overcoming a lot of adversity. Like I had mentioned, my parents were really present. My father became a victim of the prison system. And, I just knew that the only thing that my parents had ever really taught me throughout my life was that the only thing that was ever going to get me anywhere was hard work, and that nothing was ever going to be given to me for free. So everything that I've ever gotten my whole life, I've always had to work extremely hard. And, even though I've had, a tough childhood and a tough life, there's always people out there that I've always had things worse. But one of the things that I always try to tell people is never be ashamed of the things that you've had to go through throughout your life, because it's what creates and molds the people that we are today. So, no matter what it is that you guys are facing, on a day-to-day life, even with me being a professional athlete, I'm no different than you guys. I have, challenges that I go through on a day-to-day basis. And the biggest thing that you guys always need to realize is that there is always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So to kind of fast forward to where I'm at today, I had ended up coming back into fighting and getting back into boxing right after I had gotten out of the military. And, I just came out running. I was a Golden Glove state champion in 2015. And then just exactly a little over 1 year ago, actually 14 months ago, I decided to go pro. And since then, I've been able to pretty much do things that a lot of people in this industry have never seen before. With my fighting ability and the fact that I've managed, marketed, and promoted myself, here it is 14 months later. I have a perfect, flawless record of 6-0 with 5 knockouts. I just was signed with the biggest promotion label, being Top Rank Promotions. And I'm getting ready here in the near future to be fighting for my first belt, in a few months. So I'm not sure what questions you guys might have for me thus far, but the biggest thing I just wanted to speak to you guys about was I had a saying that I started when I was getting ready for my pro debut. And the saying that I had come up with, and it was something that, being a very spiritual person, I felt like God had it on my mind. And, my saying is turning dreams into reality and changing lives along the way. I never really understood the magnitude of what that saying was going to turn into. And here it is a year later, I've been able to impact so many people's lives with my story. With my drive, with my ambition, with everything that I've had to go through. And I just definitely feel that everything that I've had to go through in my life, that God has put me on this platform that I'm in, and at today, to be able to guide and kind of give wisdom to other people that may or may not be going through some of the same challenges. So with that said, do you guys have any questions based on what I was talking about so far?
Awesome. I'll just come in for a second there, Blake, and then we'll open up the floor for some people to ask some questions. What we're really interested in is the mindset in which you had to have in order to achieve the things that you've achieved. Now, what do you believe is your greatest asset when we're talking about mindset? I mean, how have you managed to keep the focus that you've needed to actually endeavor on this journey that you've been on? Because obviously it takes a lot of self-discipline. How have you managed to do this? Have you got any daily practices, anything that you could give the audience? We've got here some practical advice on actually how you've maintained this to get where you are now.
For sure. So, how I've gotten to where I'm at today, Charlie, in my career is, I spend countless hours in the gym. For me, the time that really matters is all the time that I put forth in the gym to perfect my craft. For you guys that may be, doing research on, whatever career field that you're in. But I heard a saying a long time ago from a role model of mine, and I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard this before, but they say it takes a minimum of 1,000 man hours to master a craft. And even once you master a craft, every time that you guys continue to push forth with that, it's a constant learning process. So for me, I've just stayed very determined and just have always spent countless hours in the gym. Whenever I have a fight, I don't ever look at the things that I do right. I'm a perfectionist. I always go back and look at the things I do wrong in order to perfect everything. That way I would always be, in a sense, a force to be reckoned with. But, the biggest things that I would say that help with my mindset is you guys always have to come down to and ask yourself, what's your why? Why is it that you guys are choosing to pursue the things that you guys are wanting? And and what's the end result for you. My why is my entire life I've never had anything given to me. I've always wanted to be somebody that could be able to have a close family, and I've never had anything like that. Not that people doubt me and tell me that I was never good enough to have anything my entire life. So my why is to be able to, not to really prove other people wrong, but to be able to do things that people never said that I could do. And aside from that is, I'm a single parent. I have a 6-year-old son named Tyson. Me being able to wake up every single day and to be able to see my beautiful son and to see the smile on his face, as tough of a career field that I'm in, being able to see my son every single day is my biggest why. I want my son to know that when he gets older and as he grows up, that he can be proud of the man that his father has become and the things that I've taught him. And everybody's why could be something completely different. But when you wake up every single day, you should already be waking up with already a plan of what you're going to fulfill and do for that day. My why, what am I going to do today to fulfill my why that's ultimately going to push me forward to fulfilling my dream and my goal and my destiny. So, I can promise you and tell you guys that along the way of pursuing success and doing something that's so great that in a sense that's greater than ourselves, things aren't always going to be easy. But I promise you guys that if you guys get knocked down, it's not about what you do when you get knocked down, but about what you do when you pick yourself up and what are you going to do differently to learn from that failure to become successful. Because as many of you guys are tuning in, we've all had times in our lives to where we've been knocked down and just felt like maybe this was something that was too good to be true, or wasn't going to happen. But you guys have to know that, if you get knocked down 10 times or if you fail 10 times, know that you're going to succeed and be successful on that 11th time, and it's going to make the world a difference. Just like in the world of business, you can get 100 no's, but once you get that one yes, it's going to change your life forever. So I would just say that the biggest thing with my mindset is to just know that each and every one of you tuning in right now and everybody in this world, we were all destined for greatness. Every single one of you guys is great, and we're all going to be destined for greatness in different areas in life. Some of us, like myself, might be an athlete. Some of you might be, great, a doctor or a parent. It could be anything. But you have to find out what your why is and, find your calling on what it feels that you were here to do. And no matter how many people doubt you because you might be pursuing something that's so great, don't ever let anybody else's opinion ever make you feel like something is too good to accomplish. Because the biggest thing that I've learned and that I've seen personally throughout my life and me pursuing, the great things in my career is the very first thing that most people always want to do is when you say that you guys are going to do something great. Like myself, I've been envisioning this happening since I was a 10-year-old kid, telling people that I was going to be a heavyweight world champion. Well, like most people, they would laugh and say that that's something that is too great, that wasn't going to happen. Never let somebody else's reality change the outcome of your reality. If you guys have a goal and a dream for yourself, go out there and pursue your dream. Just because something might not seem possible for somebody else doesn't mean that it's not possible for you guys. So no matter what happens, if you feel with everything in your bones and in your body was to pursue whatever it is that you guys want to pursue, don't ever let anybody stop you from chasing that. One thing I can tell you guys, and it's like everything that I do in my life, before I have a fight, once I get my fight contract, they say, Blake, you're going to be fighting on this day and this time. I start getting on social media and I start even telling myself every single day that I am going to be a winner, that I'm going to be victorious, and I speak all of my wins, I speak all of my wins into existence. The thing about the mind is it's the most powerful thing on our bodies. If you guys have to at times do what I do every single day, I wake up in the morning, as funny or as crazy this might be, I wake up every single morning and say, Blake, you're going to be the next future cruiserweight world champion. It's only a matter of time. Once you can speak vocally things out and your ears can hear it, they've done studies on this that you're more likely into turning those things into a reality and having them happen. So you know what? I don't care if it's your guys' own friends or your guys' own family that doubt whatever it is that you guys are pursuing. Stay true to your heart, stay true to yourself, and have the mindset that nothing in this world can stop you. When you guys are destined to do great things in life, I promise you that no force on this earth will ever be able to stop you guys from pursuing greatness and pursuing the things that you guys want to go after.
Nice.
That's some incredible advice there, Blake. It definitely did hit home there. Does anybody else have a question? I think we could probably take 2 questions. So if somebody wants to unmute and ask Blake a question, not all at once, obviously.
Are we good on here? Guys. Yeah, Connor's unmuted right now.
Blake, how's it going? It's Connor speaking here. First of all, big thanks for you taking time at your own time to come on here and speak to us. I love your story. I love what you're about. And well, boxing myself, I'm not very good, but big fan of the sport. What do you, in terms of personal development, because you're clearly into that sort of stuff. You said you're spiritual and you believe in God and this. What do you read? Do you read books or do you watch videos? I'm just curious to know what kind of material you use, if any, that maybe I could sort of search up and use for myself.
To be honest with you, Connor, I want to say that I'm an avid reader. Unfortunately, that's something that I should probably definitely do more of. But because of how busy I am, whenever I have free time, I'm always listening to motivational speakers as I'm on the go, before, after training, when I wake up in the morning. One of the biggest guys that I listen to a lot, which is a pastor, he's actually, you guys probably know who he is, it's Joel Osteen. He's somebody that is able to relay a positive message to me. I listen to his videos almost on a daily basis. Aside from that, there's a motivational speaker that's very well known here in the U.S. I'm not sure where you guys are living at right now, if you might have heard of him, but his name is Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is a very great motivational speaker. He has a lot of great messages. So what I would tell you is to look up or maybe find a motivational speaker online, or somebody that is going to relay a message that you feel connects with you. And the reason I say that is, we've all heard this saying that you're a product of your environment, and you are what you surround yourself with. So, I just like to surround myself with a lot of powerful and motivating people. That way it helps me become the man that I am today. And this might be funny, but it's just like the saying is, like I said, you are a product of your environment. So if you were to hang out, with 4 drug addicts, you're more than likely going to become the 5th, right? Or if you hang out with 4 broke people, you're more than likely going to become the 5th. But all it takes is one person to change your life. So if you surround yourself with one successful person, you'll be able to learn tools of the trade on what that person has done to become successful. And surrounding yourself with just that one person, they'll be able to give you direction on how to become successful the way that they are. So to really answer your question, it's really be able to find people that are in your hometown of where you live, and just really be just really be cautious on who you decide to surround yourself around with, because not everybody that comes into your life is always going to be there for the right reasons. I've learned that in my life, in my career. Find people that you feel have goals and drive and determination the way that you do, that way that you guys can both, or all of you guys can lift each other up and help each other fulfill your destiny and chasing after success.
Oh, awesome. Appreciate that, man.
And no problem.
So I was thinking, Amy, you can ask a question.
I did have a question, actually, Blake. I want to know, right before a fight, do you do anything special, 5 or 10 minutes before? Do you take time to yourself as far as, getting into that mindset, that obviously we're talking about? I just, I think it would be interesting to know what exactly goes through your, what you're going through, what you're feeling like right before a fight.
For sure. And, Amy, that's a great question. I get asked that a lot. And to be honest, what I do before a fight, because how it works in fighting is you'll have the blue corner and a red corner. So usually they're 2 separate rooms, and all the fighters in, the same corner are usually all surrounded and in the same room together. Every time that I've fought, I bring around pastors. I bring around people that have been people to speak motivation into my life. And because I'm prior military, I even bring soldiers to every single one of my fights to walk out with me to carry the American flag. And my thing of what I do every single fight, within, 5 to 10 minutes before I get to fight, I get everybody together, my pastor, my motivational people, my military comrades, and I get everybody together and we pray. We pray that, I'm going to be able to come home safe to my family. We pray that I will be victorious. And it's really just about getting my mind in a right place, that I've already overcome so much throughout the course of my life that when you do anything, like I said, I don't want to get all religious on you guys. You guys may not believe in what I believe in and go to church, but this is something that has helped guide me through my life, is anybody that walks in faith and that goes with God, He will always be there to lift you up and not let you down. So I call on to Him every time moments before I go out and fight. And I fall to His mercy, and I just get my mind so relaxed to know that, no force and no weapon on this earth is going to stop me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. And, it's something that, has really helped me throughout a lot in my life. So to really answer your question, like I was telling Connor, I just surround myself with a lot of people that are very powerful and motivating, and people that can help get my mind in a calm state of mind, so that way I can walk out to the ring and get focused on what I'm going to do.
That's awesome. Thank you. I know. I'm a big one too, so there's a lot of prayer in my life, so amen to that.
Okay. So we have
guys, is I have a documentary being made right now about my life, so I'll make sure that Charlie in Alaska lets you guys know about it. That way, if you guys are interested, you guys get a copy.
Awesome.
Most definitely.
Alex, how you doing down there, buddy? You've been pretty quiet this whole thing. You have any questions for me?
I was gonna say, Alex. Alex, do you know how to unmute?
Yay! Yeah, it's the first time I'm using this device. So,
hey.
Well, yeah, I have a question. What do you do on your worst days? I know you're motivated, you're working on yourself and all that stuff, but we're all just human beings, and you definitely also do have worst days that you just don't feel like doing things, or you're just being grumpy. What do you do then?
To be honest, yeah, you're very right.
Do you just let it be, or you work on it, or what do you do?
So what I do, just like yourself, yeah, I'm human. I have bad days and I have good days. When I have my bad days, I think the hardest part for me is when I'm having a bad day is trying to see the positive and the negative, and we all go through that. So, when I'm having a bad day, and even days where I don't want to go to the gym, I literally don't want to do anything, I still make myself go. And believe it or not, on the days that I feel like I'm having bad days and I still go to the gym, those actually happen to turn out to be my best days at the end of the day. What I can tell you is what at times might start off as a bad day, that you are in control of how the rest of your day is going to go. And one thing I always try to tell people is there is absolutely nothing that we can do that is out of our control. There's no point of getting upset or mad about things that are completely out of our control. And there's absolutely nothing that we can do about the past. The only things that we can control is the present and how we put our present towards our future. So if you're ever having a bad day the way that I do, take a couple minutes to yourself, think, you know what I'm saying, just get a couple minutes of peace and quiet, and I promise you it will change the dynamic of how your thought process is going to work for you to get through the rest of your day. So take a few minutes to yourself, know that whatever it is that you're going through, just as hard as it is going to be at times, find ways to turn that negative into a positive and know that God is just testing you to see if you can overcome this small test and to where he's trying to take you.
Nice, thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
So, Blake, one last question for me. What is the hardest fight you've had in your whole career?
I think to answer that, the hardest fight that I've had isn't necessarily a fight that I've had in the ring. It's the fights of life that I've had to battle outside of the ring. A little bit about my story, is a lot of people always say if you guys have never, really been real close to somebody that's a professional fighter, is that fighters literally have some of the toughest lives, and that's why we're fighters, because we've had to fight through almost so many battles throughout our whole lives. So, just like you guys, again, I'm human. I go through a lot of things. Unfortunately, I have a lot of battles that I battle outside of the ring. So I think the toughest fight for me is at times is being able to stay focused and motivated when I go through those issues that I have to deal with outside of the ring. That way I can be focused for the actual fights when I get inside of the ring.
Nice.
A couple years ago I had, when I was, about a year ago, I was getting ready for my pro debut. And one of the biggest things that has to do with fighting is it's more mental than it is physical. So one of the toughest battles that I have gone through, and it's still something that still today has been something that has been tough for me to come to terms with. But exactly 14 months ago, a week before my pro debut, just to give you guys an example, 14 months ago, before I had my pro debut, I happened to actually be engaged to a woman that I was madly in love with, and we were expecting twin children. And I was working on giving this woman the life that you could think that most women could ever dream of. A week before my pro debut, while I was actually working, this woman just upped and left me and disappeared out of my life and aborted my children after being 3 months pregnant. And that right there was one of the toughest battles that I've had to go through within a matter of days of getting ready to fight. So, life's a big test. And like I was just saying a moment ago, even at times when we always wonder when we're at our worst and we feel like the whole world is trying to pull us down, you have to try to turn everything into a positive and know that everything in life happens for a reason. So, Just to kind of fine tune with the question that you asked, Alaska, is everybody is, when we're climbing that ladder to success, it's like, and you're doing something that's so great, there's always going to be the evil in the world that literally wants to try to stop you from pursuing what you're ultimately trying to do. And at those very moments, you have to take a negative and spin it into a positive. Know that, everything happens for a reason. What is something that I could learn from this experience, and let everything that you grow through better you as a person and to grow you in the things that is going to make you become to a better person. And one thing that I always tell myself and that I try to tell people is, none of us in life are perfect. We're all going to make a lot of mistakes in life. But the only thing that we can do is every single day, wake up every single day trying to become a better man or a better woman than you were the day before, and live your life every single day like that. You're going to constantly make mistakes. But the only thing that you can do is wake up every single morning trying to perfect yourself as a person and trying to become a better man or a better woman than you were the day before. And I promise you guys, if you live your life like that and stay true to yourself, that no matter what you battle, you'll be able to overcome anything that comes your way.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Blake. Well, Charlie, would you have any more questions? You can close it out.
No, I think it's been really great. I really like the dimensions of everything that you said, Blake. There's definitely a lot to be drawn from the wisdom that you've collected, not only in your professional career but also in your personal life as well, which has ultimately turned you into this amazing human being that you are now. And I definitely have absolutely no doubts that you will be definitely achieving your dream of becoming a world champion, and I will definitely look forward to the day to see that, and hopefully even be at the ringside when that happens. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for taking the time out to inspire our team that's on the call tonight. And you've been an amazing speaker, and I definitely recommend that you do some more of it, because you definitely have natural talent for speaking and motivating people. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say just before we close out?
Hey, buddy, I just got to go back to what you just said about you being ringside when I chased after that world title. Like I was saying a moment ago, nothing about what we do in life and nothing about what I do in life is doubtful or hopeful. I speak everything I do in existence. So when you were saying that, you hope that you'll be ringside, we don't hope. We know that you will be ringside when I go to fight for a world title in Las Vegas, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, and know that when the time does come, that we will have my hands raised in victory and have that belt around my waist, man. So the time is coming.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do it. This is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. That's going to be absolutely amazing. We will definitely be there, Blake. No questions asked.
Well, hey, guys, again, thank you for the opportunity. For the guys, and the ladies that tuned in, just like I said, I'm not sure if you guys, go to church or anything like that. There's been something for myself. I wouldn't say I'm a religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person. But if you guys are ever going through anything in life, whether it's going to church, just always make sure that you guys have somebody that you feel that you can trust and that is supportive of you and what you're doing, that you can talk to, because I know throughout my life, I'm a very hard-headed and stubborn person, just like most of us men are. But one thing that I learned is that when you try to do anything in life completely all by yourself, you're only going to be able to get so far. There's times in life that we need other people to help lift us up, and when we need help to get through things. So the best advice I can tell you guys again is just make sure to surround yourself with positive people that genuinely care about your best interests at heart, that genuinely support you in what you're doing. And I promise you guys, if you guys stay fighting the fight, no matter what hiccups or speed bumps that you guys go through, that I promise you guys all that you will become successful. You just got to know that the light is at the end of the tunnel, and you just got to stay moving forward. Don't ever stay knocked down. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on pushing forward, and you guys will ultimately get to where you're trying to go.
So any time in the future of you fighting in what is it, Ireland or Scotland?
Hey, so check this out. Because I'm actually Scottish and Irish, the guy that has the biggest belt for my weight division right now, I'm not sure, Charlie, if you might have heard of this guy. His name is Tony Bellew. He's from Glasgow, Scotland. And that's actually where my family originated from. So I think it would be a super fight. It would be something that would be able to bring me back to the motherland. But I'm speaking it into existence within the next year and a half or 2 years from now. Tony Bellew, if he's even watching this, I hope this boy's prepared to give me that belt, because I'm coming back to Glasgow and I'm taking my belt, baby.
Brilliant.
Maybe we'll be fighting at the Stub Pubs. You guys know the Stub Pubs that they have over there, right?
Yeah.
Stub Pub Coliseum.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that well. That's going to be incredible. I cannot wait for that either. Yes, it's like a homecoming, right?
Oh, yeah, like I was telling you yesterday when we were talking, Charlie, I've yet to be able to come back to my homeland, to, either Ireland or Scotland, and, just to be able to come back and to be able to fight in front of my family that I haven't seen for years. It'd be an incredible experience, an incredible journey, and, I'll even speak that into existence like I do everything else. I will come out there and be victorious and bring that belt back home with me.
Wonderful.
Incredible. I've got no doubt about that whatsoever. That's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for that either. Right, we're gonna close this off now, Blake. I just want to say again, thank you ever so much for coming on here. Really appreciate that you've taken the time out to inspire the people that are on this call, and everybody that's watching on Facebook at the moment as well, because we are live on Facebook. And I will definitely look forward to being ringside when you win that world title.
Hey, me too. Make sure everybody knows where they can find you, Blake.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to be
Guys, before we go, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support. The whole reason why all this is happening right now is Alaska has been a phenomenal person and a phenomenal woman, and utilizing some of her boxing connections to assist me in my life and my career. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all of you guys for supporting me. Alaska and Charlie, thank you. And if you guys haven't done so yet, feel free to send me a friend request on Facebook. It's Blake McKernan, or you guys can follow my journey on Instagram. It's Blake the Beast McKernan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to have you, man.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody, Alex, thank you.
Thanks, Blake. Thanks so much.
All right, guys, just hang around. We'll let Blake have the rest of his day.
All right, guys. Stay walking in faith. I have nothing but good things for you guys in your future, and I can't wait to see you guys all become successful and doing things that you've dreamed about your entire life. So I wish you guys nothing but the best, and we'll see you guys soon, okay?
Team hustle mode.
Man. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Awesome, guys. So if everybody can just mute their microphones again, if that's okay. I'm just going to close this off. Just got an announcement to make, and then we're going to fade this whole meeting out. That was a great talk by Blake there. Obviously, you can tell this guy's got a lot of depth to him, and he was an amazing speaker. I got some absolute gems from that.
Shall I stay live?
It's great just to hear things. It's great just to hear things from somebody else's perspective. about their own personal journey, which puts your journey into perspective as well. Because success is success, regardless of what field you're in. It doesn't really matter. We are all on our own internal journey when it comes to success. It is a journey into you, because you are the greatest solution and also the greatest problem. Okay, guys? So the only thing that's standing in your way is you. That's it. There's nothing else in your way but you. You create the problems and you also create the solutions to those problems. Everything is an internal journey, and it is a question of the mind and whether you can become fully in control of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. And this is one of the many things that we like to teach in Team Hustle Mode. And for me, creating Team Hustle Mode, and obviously I've had an immense amount of help from Alaska and also Connor, who's one of our ambassadors, is that this is a real labor of love, guys. This is something that largely I'm not being paid for, because although I've been successful in online marketing, you have to have, just as Blake said, you have to have this reason as to why you're doing what you're doing. And my reason why is because I am a very caring and empathic person. I do intrinsically care about people, and I also want to leave some kind of a legacy as to where I can say on my deathbed that I have left the world in a better condition than what it was when I arrived, regardless of how big or small that may be. Now, my plans for Team Hustle Mode are huge. I have got enormous plans. I am not stopping at just what we've created in such a short period of time. I have got massive global plans for Team Hustle Mode. This is just the beginning, guys. Okay? So first and foremost, anyone that is a guest on here, I would recommend that this is the perfect time to reach out to your sponsor and start asking them on how you can become a Team Hustle Mode member and start to carry the torch like we all are doing at the moment, and start actually moving towards this big question as to why we are doing what we're doing. Why do we want to become successful? This is not just about the money, guys. This is about the impact that you can make in the world. And if you can get up in the morning and not have to worry about finances, what is it that you would do with your time? Okay, if you didn't have to worry about money, what is it that you would do? I would personally help people change themselves, change their lives, and become successful, and try my best to motivate as many people as possible. Okay, guys, so just before we go, I've got an announcement to make. I'm going to be announcing a new ambassador, or another ambassador. We do have one, which is Connor. We're now going to introduce another because we're massively scaling up. Next month, we're going to be going into overdrive, into warp speed, when we start to scale up this business and go into automation. So we do feel as if we need to bring in another ambassador at this stage, and we do believe that this person is definitely deserved of this title. And this is somebody that actually has just shown a great aptitude and great positivity to actually do the job and learn as much as possible, and always has remained incredibly optimistic and incredibly well-mannered and positive in everything that they've done up until this point. And I have a big foreseeable plans for this individual to develop them into a much greater and better entrepreneur. And without further ado, I would like to announce our second ambassador, which is kind of monumental, and that person is Amy Jo.
Amy.
So if you want to
Woohoo!
Thank you so much. I feel so honored. Holy crap, I really do. I'm nervous. My heart's pounding here. You guys are awesome. I mean, really, I really feel like, this is like our family, and I've learned so much, and I feel so great about, where we're all going, and it's all thanks to you guys for, everything that you do. You guys work your ass off for us, and, if I can pitch in and Connor to help out with anything, Absolutely. I'm willing to do that. So I'll do my best for you guys. And I really appreciate, and I'm honored, and I thank you guys for that.
Yay, Amy!
Amy, can I just ask just before we tail off that what does it feel as if is the greatest thing that you've taken away from being in Team Osamo, in your own opinion?
I think so far as like me being in this business for as long as I have, because I've been in and out of it for 10 to 12 years, I think that from the way that you guys teach, I think confidence has been huge. You guys would push that for me. So I would think that would be for me as far as like helping with my confidence and growing the business, I think. Is that a good enough answer?
It's whatever you want to say,
Wait, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. But you always seem really confident to me. I never really questioned your confidence at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know. You guys help with it. I mean, it's just, you know what it was? It's just like, I think I've kind of always been confident. I mean, I've had some insecurity things, but with the business, it's like with the way that you've taught, it's just brought like, maybe it's just the training that's been involved that has really helped me. I mean, I've never had the success that I've had since becoming a member with you guys. And I'm 44 years old, and if I was going to have success, it would have been a long time ago. And now I've been in, 6 weeks, and it's been insane. It's been great. Like, I am absolutely thrilled and overwhelmed with everything that you guys share with us. And what's in store is going to be incredible. I'm stoked about it. I can't wait.
Yay!
Thanks ever so much, Amy. And just to finish off here, guys, it's our ambition to actually develop as many leaders, many winners as we can possibly create, because that is part of our mission, is to create success stories. Now, and the value that Amy has got from this is the value that clearly exists. Otherwise, Amy would not be saying these things. You have to be able to see value, and most of the time, it's a question of being able to see past yourself. Most of the time, you just literally stood in the way of your own success and not allowing yourself to move forwards, and finding excuses as to why you can't do things, or finding excuses as to why something isn't right, and ultimately sabotaging your own success, because that's what we do. There's a lot of complex things going on in our minds behind the scenes. So that is something that we will start to uncover as time goes on. The ambassadors now, because we're scaling up, will have a little bit more responsibility in terms of what they're going to be doing. We're going to be now training them to take the place of both myself and Alaska in a certain sense, so they would become inspiration for other people, and start creating their own little mini enterprises within Team Hustle Mode, and doing live training sessions such as this, and really reaching out and helping you guys get to where you need to be. And also, because we are scaling up, all the ambassadors are going to be shareholders as well, so they will be getting some juicy revenue from Team Hustle Mode as an extra stream of income because of what they do, because we do that to reward everybody that works with us. And we are going to be cultivating more ambassadors as we start to scale up Team Hustle Mode. And believe me, guys, as soon as we hit automation, this is going to blow up big time. Right, guys, that's enough from me. Alaska, have you got anything to say before we tail off?
I just want to thank... What?
You just muted me because I can hear your crackling computer.
I just want to thank everybody for coming in and actually having patience, because go-to meeting was driving me crazy. But I'm just happy that everybody just was able to get on, able to hear Blake's story. I was like a kid in a candy store, because I knew what he was going to talk about, but you guys didn't. And even every time I hear, his journey and his story and everything, it just, and how he's gotten to where he's, at right now. It's really amazing to hear. Charlie, I think that your story needs to come out again as well, because that's what gave me the courage and the motivation and the realization that I'm not the only one that goes through something. So don't use it as an excuse. But I think that everybody in Team Hustle Mode has just been amazing. I'm proud of all our members. I'm very, very proud of our ambassadors. And I just cannot wait for, the explosion that's about to happen next month. And I just, we're still live, by the way. So I couldn't turn it off. So now everybody sees what's going on. So yeah, back to you, Charlie.
Hey, hello, Facebook world. Now that we're live, I might just say something really inappropriate to the whole audience on Facebook. I won't embarrass anybody. So that's us, guys. Yeah, I do have a story. I could speak for hours on this, guys. I've got a seriously, a rocky, dynamic story as to where I am today. Most of you will not believe your ears. There is a video somewhere out on social media where I did a Facebook Live, and I probably gave, even on that talk that I did, I probably gave about 5% of it. Seriously, that is nothing. I could go on and on for hours about all the different stuff that I've been through. But maybe I should be the celebrity guest speaker at some point.
Well, I'll interview you.
I've got to become a celebrity first in order to qualify. Anyway, guys, next month we do have a famous comedian on who's toured with the likes of Kevin Hart and who else?
Bill Bellamy.
Someone's Bellamy. Is it,
Bill
what's he called?
Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy.
Yes.
Okay, whatever this guy's name is, Bellamy something or other, he has toured with him too. So, and he's going to be coming on next month. Obviously, it's going to be hilarious because he is a comedian. I've actually seen him do some stand-up, I think it's twice. He's a really, really funny guy. We're not going to be revealing his name just yet. I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a taste of there just to wet your whistle. And so we will look forward to next month's celebrity guest speaker. In the meantime, guys, we need to hustle and hustle hard. Also, just a little mini announcement before we go. Myself and Alaska are now executives now within Team Hustle Mode. And we did that within 2 weeks. So we are the shit. All right? So I'm only kidding, gang. I'm only kidding, gang. We've obviously worked really, really hard. We did break one of the company's records within 1 hour, which is pretty cool. They flew us out to Utah and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, just onwards and upwards, guys. Onwards and upwards. I don't like to celebrate too much on these small victories. I'm all about the big victories. All right, guys. And so until I become the master of the universe, I will not be satisfied. Okay? Yes. Right. So, guys, I'm going to get off because it's really late here. Thanks everybody for coming. We love you all, and we shall see you in our next training, which will be next week. Okay, guys. So we've got training most weeks. You guys in Evolution can be joining us on our training as well, intervals, and yeah. Okay, guys, let's hustle. Take care.
All right. If anybody has any questions, just go ahead and contact anybody from Team Hustle Mode. Bye.
No questions about